You think you can just walk all over me? You got another thing coming?" Lena's voice trembles with rage as she slams her ID on the counter, her eyes blazing with defiance. The TSA officer scoffs, leaning in closer with a smug grin. "Lady, don't make a scene. You're holding up the line. People like you always think they're above the rules." Lena's jaw clenches, her hands gripping the edge of the counter so hard her knuckles turn white. "People like me?" she shouts back, fire burning in her eyes. "You have no idea who you're talking to." Passengers murmur, some filming with their phones, others whispering judgments. Lena glares at the officer, refusing to back down. "I'm a doctor, a damn good one. You don't get to treat me like trash because of your pathetic assumptions." The officer smirks, unbothered, waving her away dismissively. "Step aside, ma'am, or I'll call security." Lena's heart pounds, humiliation mixing with fury. "Call them," she dares him. "Let's see how far your ignorance takes you." Because what's about to happen next will leave everyone speechless. The bustling sound of rolling suitcases and overlapping conversations fills the spacious terminal. Glass windows stretch from floor to ceiling, letting in bright daylight while reflecting the chaos within. An electronic board continuously updates with flight information, the rhythmic click of updates blending into the hum of the environment. Standing at the check-in counter, Lena Mitchell grips her boarding pass so tightly that her knuckles turn white. She's in her early 30s, tall and striking, with rich brown skin that gleams under the harsh terminal lighting. Her dark, coiled hair is neatly pulled back into a bun, highlighting her sharp jawline and fierce, determined eyes. Her tailored suit hugs her figure, exuding both elegance and authority. But there's a tension in her posture, an undeniable pressure building beneath her poised exterior. Lena adjusts her scarf, trying to keep calm as the line inches forward. She glances down at her phone, a news notification flashing. "Local doctor honored for heroic rescue efforts during crisis." Her lips tighten into a thin line. It should be a proud moment, but right now pride is swallowed by frustration. In front of her, a family of 4 huddles around a pile of mismatched luggage, the mother frantically searching through a handbag while 2 little boys tug at her coat. A harried father tries to placate them, his patience already wearing thin. Finally, it's Lena's turn. She steps forward, placing her ID and boarding pass on the counter. The TSA officer, a burly man with a disinterested scowl, doesn't even glance up. "TSA officer," voice flat. "Name?" "Lena," size. "Lena Mitchell." The officer finally looks up, his gaze scanning her ID with a casual carelessness that makes Lena's jaw tighten. He doesn't seem to care about her presence or urgency. TSA officer tilts head. "Doctor, huh? Where you headed?" "Lena," size. "New York, medical conference. My flight leaves in 40 minutes. He raises a brow, unimpressed, and glances back at his screen. There's a lingering silence, heavy and uncomfortable. Lena shifts on her feet, feeling the weight of judging eyes from the line behind her. TSA officer, smirk. "You sure this ID's yours?" Lena's heart pounds, the insinuation sharp and cutting. Lena, voice steady. "Excuse me?" TSA officer shrugs. "Just saying, you don't look the type to be saving lives." Lena's expression hardens, but she keeps her tone controlled. "Lena?" Icy. "And what exactly does that mean?" The officer shrugs nonchalantly, barely meeting her gaze. TSA officer smirking. "Nothing, just doing my job." She glances over his shoulder, spotting another officer, Officer Danvers, watching the interaction with mild interest but no intention to intervene. Lena, stern. "I'm a physician. I've saved dozens of lives. My record is spotless. I don't have time for—" The officer cuts her off, waving a hand. TSA officer sighs. Yeah, doctors and their egos. Just step aside, ma'am. I need to verify this." A hot wave of anger surges through Lena's chest. Her hands tremble as she tries to hold back the eruption of emotions. Behind her, people in line start whispering, some already pulling out their phones to record the unfolding scene. She's fought battles before, against ignorance, prejudice, even death itself. But this is a different kind of fight. A fight to be seen, respected, and treated like she's earned her place. Her eyes lock onto the officer's face, unflinching. Lena, strong, unwavering. You will not humiliate me. Not today. His smirk fades, the arrogance melting into mild irritation. TSA officer, coldly. You're making a scene. Lena, firm. I'm demanding respect, something you seem to lack entirely. A few nearby passengers mutter in agreement, emboldened by Lena's assertiveness. The officer looks momentarily thrown off but quickly regains his indifferent stance. A small, timid voice interrupts the tension. A young girl, no more than 8, clutching a worn teddy bear. She tugs on Lena's sleeve. Young girl, softly. Are you okay, lady? Lena's hardened expression softens, and she kneels to the girl's level, forcing a gentle smile despite the boiling frustration. Lena, tender. I'm okay, sweetheart. Just making sure I get to my flight. The girl nods, still looking unsure, and shuffles back to her mother, who gives Lena a sympathetic glance. Lena straightens up, her resolve hardening again. The officer scoffs and finally scans her ID with a lazy swipe, as if it's a nuisance. A beep confirms her clearance, and he shoves the ID back across the counter. TSA officer, flat. You're clear. Move along. Lena picks up her ID and boarding pass, ignoring the bitter taste of indignation on her tongue. She moves past the checkpoint, forcing herself not to look back. But as she walks through the terminal, the exhaustion of fighting against preconceived judgments and disrespect weighs heavily on her shoulders. She knows she did the right thing standing up for herself, but the bitter residue of the encounter lingers. Finally, she reaches gate 23 and collapses into a seat, shoulders slumped. She pulls out her phone and scrolls through her emails, desperate to distract herself. Just as she's losing herself in an article on medical innovations, an announcement crackles through the speakers. Announcer over speakers. Flight 182 to New York is now boarding at gate 23. She gathers her bag and walks toward the line, glancing back at the chaotic terminal, where life carries on like her moment of defiance never even happened. But Lena knows better. Some battles aren't fought on battlefields, but in the spaces where dignity and prejudice collide. And sometimes, just standing your ground is the greatest victory. Lena sits at the gate, trying to steady her breathing. The adrenaline from her encounter with the TSA officer still courses through her veins. Her phone vibrates on her lap, but she doesn't pick it up. Her mind is too cluttered with thoughts. Anger, humiliation, and the nagging sense of being constantly scrutinized. As she scrolls aimlessly through her phone, a message notification pops up. Dr. Mitchell, looking forward to your keynote presentation tomorrow. Your work continues to inspire us. She closes the message quickly, her heart pounding. Today wasn't supposed to be about fighting battles outside of surgery. Suddenly, an announcement blares over the speakers. Attention, passengers on Flight 182 to New York. Boarding will begin shortly. Please have your boarding passes ready. Lena forces herself to focus, gathering her bag and approaching the boarding line. She notices a young man in a military uniform ahead of her, his duffel bag barely holding together at the seams. He looks exhausted, his head hanging low, eyes half closed. Lena steps closer, noticing how the few people around him give him a wide berth. A couple glances at him and then quickly look away, whispering under their breaths. The soldier notices Lena looking and offers a weak, polite smile. Soldier, voice rough. Ma'am. Lena nods. Lena, sincere. Heading home? He hesitates, then nods slowly. Soldier, been gone a while. Don't even know if home feels like home anymore. Lena's heart tugs, and she can't help but offer a soft smile. Lena, softly. Sometimes home isn't where you left it. It's where you find it. The soldier gives her a puzzled look, but she doesn't elaborate. The gate agent calls for the first group, and Lena realizes she's still a few spots back. As the soldier moves forward, an elderly woman accidentally bumps into him, dropping her purse. The soldier immediately kneels to pick it up, But as he hands it back, the woman recoils, her eyes wide with suspicion. Elderly woman, alarmed. "What are you doing?" The soldier freezes, confusion written all over his face. Soldier, startled. I was just helping, ma'am." The woman snatches the purse from his hands, shooting him a wary glare. People around murmur, some casting judgmental glances at the soldier. The gate agent looks over, clearly unsure of the situation. Lena steps forward, determined to diffuse the tension. Lena, steady. "He was helping you, ma'am. Dropped your purse." The woman blinks, still wary, but nods grudgingly before stepping away. Lena catches the soldier's gaze, seeing the hurt in his eyes. Soldier, quietly. "Guess not everyone's happy to see us home." Lena swallows hard, knowing exactly how it feels to be judged before being known. The cabin is dim, most of the passengers asleep or zoned out with their devices. Lena finds herself seated next to the soldier. He's quiet, staring out the window with a distant look. After a while, Lena can't help but break the silence. "Lena, you all right?" He hesitates, glancing at her briefly before looking back out. Soldier, soft. "Some days it feels like the fight's never over. You serve, you come back, wait, but nothing's the same. People look at you like..." He trails off, clearly struggling to find the words. Lena leans closer, her tone gentle. "Lena, like you're something dangerous or broken." The soldier looks at her, a flicker of surprise in his eyes. "Soldier. How you know that feeling?" Lena nods, understanding completely. "Lena, more than I'd like to admit." Before the conversation can continue, turbulence shakes the plane violently. Passengers wake up, some gasping in alarm. The flight attendants hurriedly secure items, trying to calm everyone down. Pilot VO, over intercom. "Ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing some unexpected turbulence. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened." The soldier grips the armrests, his knuckles turning white. Sweat beads on his forehead, and Lena notices his breathing quicken. Lena, calm. "Hey, it's all right. It's just a little rough air." His eyes are wide, his mind clearly trapped somewhere far away, in combat, under fire, surrounded by chaos. Soldier, barely audible. I can't go back there." Lena takes his hand firmly, grounding him. Lena, softly. "You're here. You're safe. Focus on my voice, okay? Just breathe with me." She starts guiding him through deep breaths, her calm presence slowly bringing him back to the present. The turbulence finally settles, and the soldier releases a shaky exhale, looking embarrassed. Soldier. Quiet, sorry. Didn't mean to lose it. Lena, smiling. "It's okay. We all carry battles nobody sees." For the first time, a hint of gratitude softens his expression. Lena doesn't pry, knowing that sometimes just being there is enough. The plane lands without further incident, and as passengers gather their belongings, the soldier hesitates before turning to Lena. Soldier, sincere. "Thank you. I didn't think anyone would understand." Lena gives a soft, reassuring smile. Lena, softly, "We're all fighting something. Just remember, you don't have to do it alone." He nods, swallowing down emotion. As they walk down the aisle, Lena sees him straighten his posture, his steps more grounded than before. It's a small victory, but one that reminds her of the power of human connection, even among strangers. As she exits the plane and steps into the bustling terminal, she takes a deep breath, feeling a sense of renewed purpose. Sometimes, just being present for someone else's storm makes all the difference. The terminal is bustling with the usual chaos. People rushing, families reuniting, announcements echoing. Lena and the soldier walk side by side, moving toward baggage claim. The soldier's shoulders seem lighter, his steps more grounded. Lena glances at him, noticing the way he keeps glancing around, still on edge despite the journey's end. Lena, softly. "You know, sometimes the hardest battles aren't out there. They're right here." She touches her chest, and the soldier follows her gesture, realizing the weight he's been carrying inside. He hesitates, then offers a faint smile. Soldier. Choked up. I thought coming back would make it all go away, but it doesn't. It just shifts. Lena nods, understanding the unspoken pain. Lena life doesn't just hand us peace. Sometimes we have to fight for it, even when the war is over. A voice from behind calls out. An older man in a crisp military uniform walks up, his face lighting up with recognition. Older man, grinning. "Jackson, is that you?" The soldier blinks in surprise. "Soldier, Jackson." Smiling. "Lieutenant McAllister?" The older man pulls him into a tight embrace, thumping his back. "Older man, proud of you, son. Saw your name on the roster. Didn't think I'd run into you here." Lena watches the interaction, a soft smile on her face. Jackson's expression shifts from disbelief to quiet pride. Jackson, struggling. "I didn't think anyone would care." McAllister pulls back, his face serious. Older man, "We care, son. We always care. Just because we're not in uniform doesn't mean the bond's broken." Lena steps back, giving them space, but McAllister notices her and offers a respectful nod. Older man, to Lena. "You brought him home safe. Thank you." Lena just smiles, knowing her part is done. Jackson turns to her, his eyes reflecting a glimmer of hope. Jackson soft. "Thanks, sir, for being there." Lena just nods, offering a gentle squeeze on his arm. Lena, softly, "You're not alone. Remember that." As Jackson and McAllister head off together, Lena watches them disappear into the crowd. She takes a deep breath, finally allowing herself a small smile. She knew, in that fleeting connection, she'd made a difference, reminding someone that despite the struggle, there's always hope to hold on to. Fade to black. Text on screen. Sometimes the hardest battle is fighting to be seen and understood. Never underestimate the power of a kind word or a listening ear. You might just save someone's life. Sometimes all someone needs is to know they're not alone. Let's never forget that every one of us carries unseen battles. Let's choose empathy. Let's choose understanding. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more powerful stories like this one to light. Let us know in the comments. What would you have done in Lena's place? Thanks for watching. Stay strong, stay kind, and see you in the next story.